Until last Christmas, Mera believed silence was the price of keeping a family together. The table was warm with food and noise. Plate paused, laughter rose and fell, and no one noticed the quiet ways she held everything in place. She had arrived early, like always, carrying two homemade pies. No one asked how she managed it. No one asked anything at all. The house felt full, but her effort was invisible. She had already paid the mortgage that morning. No one knew halfway through the dinner. Her father leaned back in his chair, his voice cutting through the room like it had done her whole life. You are just a burden, always have been. Her brother laughed, not loudly, just enough. Enough to make it normal. Enough that no one else felt the need to react. Folks kept moving. Conversation continued. Mara did not defend herself. She did not argue. She did not cry. She simply placed her fork down beside her plate. The small sound barely registered, but it was the loudest decision she had ever made. She stood up, picked up her coat, and walked out. No speech, no goodbye. The door closed behind her, and for the first time, the silence belonged to her. What none of them understood was that when she left the table, their safety left with her. That night, in her dim apartment, Mara opened her laptop, came, focused one by one. She canceled everything: mortgage, auto pay, utilities, insurance, grocery transfer. Each click was quiet, final. Then she opened her bank records. Over 4 years, 78,000 US dollar. And suddenly, the word burden did not sound the same anymore. I accepted the apology. I hated that I accepted it. What came instead was a fraud alert from a bank I had not used in years. Mara stared at the notification, her chest tightening. It was not just unaccepted, it felt deliberate. The account had been quiet for years, forgotten, or so she thought. Before she could process it, her phone buzzed again. This time it was social media. Caleb had posted an old Christmas photo, the kind meant to look warm and perfect, except Mara was barely in it, half cropped at the edge, like she did not belong. Caption: Real families stay when things get hot. Their mother, Elaine, filled the comments with heart emojis. Church friends follow, adding praise, sympathy, and quiet judgment. Mara read it all without responding. Then her phone rang. Caleb, his voice was soft, almost friendly. He talked about a business idea, something about auto consulting. He said he just needed a little help. Short term capital. The words were smooth practice. Mera said no. The warmth in his voice disappeared instantly. Minutes later, the fraud alert made sense. Someone had tried to take a cash advance using her credit. The account was linked to a joint emergency code she thought had been closed. The contact information tied back to Caleb. This was not just disrespect anymore, it was theft. Mara did not hesitate. She froze her credit across all bureaus. Then she called an attorney, Nora Whitaker, on the same day. By evening, a case and disease letter was sent. The bank opened an investigation, Caleb action were flagged, and even his dealership began reviewing his conduct. But the betrayal did not stop there. Aunt Linda called quietly, almost apologetically. Their mother had been telling people at church that Mara was unstable, that she was jealous of Caleb's success. Mara listened, then she nodded, even though no one could see her. When Caleb called again, angry this time, she let him speak. Why are you doing this? He demanded. Mara's voice stayed calm. Ask the person who made this family proud. Then she hung up. For the first time, she felt something shift. That same night, an email arrived. A job offer, Releja, her work, the risk model she had built quietly in her space time had finally been seen, and this time she did not hesitate. The house my parents said Caleb would inherit one day. It now belonged to an LLC controlled by the daughter they thought would always stay outside the frame. Rella felt different from the start. Mara did not shrink in meeting anymore. When she presented her billing risk model to leadership, she did not soften her voice or rush through her ideas. She spoke clearly, directly, like she belonged there. This time they listened. The promotion followed quietly, but it changed everything. Weeks later, on a normal workday, Mara sat at her desk with two screens open. On one, separate sheet and projection. On the other, our forced closure listening. The host, her phone buzzed. A message from the realtor. We got it. Mara did not react right away. She just stared at the screen, letting it settle. Then her phone exploded. 17 missed calls. Caleb. Texts follow one after another. You bought our house, you snake. Mara read them once. Then she replied, a snake steals in the dark. I bought in the daylight what you lost in public. She set the phone down and did not pick it up again. A few days later, a letter arrived, Elaine's handwriting, familiar. Mara held it for a moment. Then, without opening it, she fed it into the shredder. Something did not need words. Forgiveness without accountability, only reset. The same story. The house changed slowly. Fresh point, clean window, light where there used to be wet. It becomes something new. New Start House, a place for women rebuilding after being controlled, dismissed, or pushed out. One afternoon, Mara stood outside and looked at it. A little girl's bag lay near the steps. Someone had placed a plant by the window. The house no longer looked like a monument to everything she had failed to earn. It looked like a beginning because love should not require you to disappear.